So here I have another long division problem. We can tell it's a long division problem because notice it has two terms. Your divisor is a binomial. So anytime that you have a polynomial divided by a binomial or a trinomial, we must do long division. So we already went through these steps multiple times, but if you forgot, we have to set up, then we're going to do our 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to keep on doing these 4 steps until there's nothing left to bring down. And just remember to have our answer, our quotient plus any remainder over the entire divisor. So let's set this guy up. Now this one's a little easier to set up than question number 19. And the reason why is because there's no gaps. See how it goes from x cubed to x squared to x to the first, constant term last, which is a good thing. So let's get our long division symbol up. Remember, the top goes inside the house. And our denominator outside the house. It's our divisor. Once you have this set up and there's no gaps and this is in descending order, then we can do our 1, 2, 3, 4. So remember, step 1, first term. So I'm ignoring all these. The first term in our dividend, first term of our divisor. You want to divide it out. Always put the dividend on top, divisor at the bottom. And then ask yourself, where do you have more x's? So 3 versus 1. You have an extra 2 left. And then 8 divided by 2, we know we're going to get a 4. Once you get your answer, make sure before you go to step 2 is to take this 4x squared and put it in the quotient area. Okay, step 2. Take that answer that we just got, and we're going to multiply by the 2x minus 7, the entire. Notice not just the 2x, but also the minus 7, the entire divisor. When you distribute, we're going to get 8x cubed, remember 2 plus 1, product rule says we add, and then 4 times negative 7 is negative 28. X squared, no x's, remember we still have 2 of them. Now notice I did it in step 3, I didn't line it up yet because we have to do the ABC of this guy. Change the signs, so notice this was a positive, it becomes a negative. Notice this is a negative, so we're going to make it a positive, we do the opposite. B is to line it up now, so minus 8x cubed, see how it's with the 8x cubed guy? And then the 28x squared with the x squared guy, not under the single x of the constant term. And then part C is collect these terms. We told you these leading terms will always cancel out. Positive and a negative, boom. Here, negative and a positive, but they're not the same number, so we will have to subtract. We're going to get a 18 x squared stays x squared. 10 players versus 28 players, team positive wins. So our step 4 is to bring down a term that we haven't touched. We touched the x cubes, we touched the x squares, we haven't touched the single x's. So this is the guy we want to bring down. Since we did bring down a term, you know that means we have to repeat those 1, 2, 3, 4 steps again. So we're going to divide first term with first term again. Remember, the x cubes are gone, so our first term now is x squared. So 18x squared over this same 2x. You know that if I have 2 x's on top, 1 on the bottom, there's an extra x on top. And then 18 divided by 2, remember, reduce the coefficients, we'll get 9. 9x, you make sure you put it up in the quotient area before you go to step 2. Since this is a positive, make sure you put a plus sign so you can separate round 1 versus round 2. So take that 9x that we just got, and then step 2 says, again, multiply by the entire divisor. This hasn't changed at all. 2x minus 7. Now you're going to distribute. We're going to get 18x squared, and we're going to get, a big number, negative 63x. Now step 3 is the ABC. Change these two signs to the opposite. So this is now going to become a negative. This is now going to become a positive. Next, line it up. So we have a negative 18x squared under the x squared, and a positive 63x over here. And C is, collect our like terms. These are additive inverse, same terms but opposite signs, they get canceled out. These, one negative, one positive, subtract, we'll get 10x, and we know that the positive team wins. 63 beats out a 53. But we got a step 4. Oh, we haven't touched the constant. So you can see this one, because it started with x cubed, this one we have to go not 1 round, not 2 rounds, but we're going to have to go through a 3rd round. Remember, I said keep on repeating until you have nothing left to bring down. Notice we have to bring down the 4, so I have to do this one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, first term. So 10x goes on top, and then 2x from our divisor. So when you divide this out, x versus x, there's a tie, they cancel out. So 10 divided by 2 is 5. Now because it's a positive 5, make sure that we'll put this as a plus 5 so that you can separate round 1, round 2, now round 3's answer. Take the 5 and multiply by the entire 2x minus 7. When we distribute, we'll get 10x minus 35. But remember the ABC, change the signs, line him up, and collect our like terms. So this and this cancels out, and this, you should know. 2 positives, you add, we get a 39. So we get a remainder. I don't want you to be scared that a lot of our problems might get a remainder as our final part of our answer. But notice, step 4, there's nothing left to bring down. We already brought down the 53x. We already brought down the 4. There's nothing left to bring down. We're not adding any zeros or anything. So this is our remainder, since there's nothing left to bring down. So our final step is just to arrange our answer. The quotient, this stuff, 4x squared plus 9x plus 5 plus any remainder. Make sure the remainder goes in the top place, the numerator, over, you must put your entire divisor down here as your denominator, the 2x minus 7. And notice, it's only for the remainder. I did not put this whole thing under 2x minus 7. So this would be our final answer.